Are you the leader of an organization and you're starting to realize a lot of your employees are disengaged? Maybe even worse, some may even be resigning and quitting your workplace. Perhaps you're a manager and you're facing an environment where there's very little respect between you and your team members or among themselves. And that's the topic we're going to talk about today: how to earn your team's respect. As a leader, that's a big challenge nowadays. The data shows that as part of, just in June of 2021 of this year, 3.9 million people resigned. They actually quit their jobs. These are not layoffs, right? And on top of that, there's 10 million vacancies that are not filled. So employees are leaving, jobs are vacant, managers are having a hard time not only retaining, but actually losing some of their talent. So what can be done? What can be done to solve this great resignation challenge that employers are experiencing all throughout here in the US at least? If this is the first time we're meeting each other, my name is Fahim Karim. I'm an employee engagement expert, and I work with companies that are purpose and value driven, and I help them by creating a safe container where everybody gets to vocalize their opinions and their ideas without being put down. Your managers get to lead and listen, and the company, the employees feel part of the team and they're able to express their opinions without being put down, and the company continues to grow and innovate. So I'd love to learn, where are you watching us from and joining us from? Please put that in the comments. And what are some of the challenges you're seeing when it comes to respect in your organization, inside your organization? Some of the things that you're seeing maybe has worked really well, and some of the things that maybe you are not seeing the level that you would have expected. And as someone who has worked in one of the largest financial institutions in the world for more than 2 decades, and one of the areas that I really worked a long time for is in operations, right? I understand what happens behind the scenes. Like, you have all this messaging, all these cultural, sayings from the top, but what really culture boils down to, the team, the 4 or 5 people that make up your team and your manager, right? And that you and your employees, that's basically what the entire effort that your company has put into. That's the real culture that the employees or the teams get to experience through you. And so that's why it's so important that as a leader of your team and of your organization, you make them feel really part of the team and part of that culture and not left out. And so to me, it's not cool when someone is at their desk and they're shedding tears. It's not cool where someone goes home and they're stressed that I got to work with this person again tomorrow. I've got to work with this team tomorrow, and I just feel like my manager doesn't respect me, right? That's not cool. So why is that? It's because I've worked in different spaces and I've seen what a difference it made, the way I made people feel, how much enjoyable that team dynamic was, how much productivity we were able to accomplish, how many things we were able to create, generate ideas simply because of showing respect to the teams that I was working with, the individuals in different capacity. So I'd love to hear from you. Let's hear from your comments. If you're watching this live, what are some of the things you're facing when it comes to respect in your organization? So I wanted to share with you some tips that you can apply right away. Having the great resignation take place, there's nothing, you can't, that's the reality, right? We can't change the reality of the market. But what we can do as individual leaders is try to make that not happen within our teams. And one of those gems I want to share with you is how do you treat your employee when they're exiting, right? What is that exit experience like? And there's two aspects I want to focus on. The first one, as soon as the employee says, you know what, I quit, I'm done, I'm leaving, or I found a better place, or I'm just done, right? What is the body language? What are the words? What are the emails that are coming to them? How are they treated? How are their system access revoked? All of those things. Are we really thinking through that experience? And what was this contribution of this person in our organization throughout the years? You know why this is important? Because this particular person, maybe for some reason, maybe they have a loved one they need to take care of and they're done. They can't manage the two stress levels right now, the work and taking care of the loved one. Maybe their mom is not feeling well. So it's not that they're disliking the company, it's just that they have different priorities in life right now. So at that moment, as a leader, if you show compassion, that you know what, we really would not like to see you leave, but I still respect you, and I want to do as best as I can to support you. How can I support you? I know it's a difficult transition. Anything we can do to make it easy for you. That is going to still keep the employee, the team member, thinking about this organization with respect, and especially you, because you never know, really. I've seen enough how the tables can turn. Right? And one day you may very well be sitting on the other side of the table of this particular employee who was reporting to you, and they're now your boss, right? And so by treating them with respect at the time of exit, it really makes them feel respected and cared for, right? That's one way. Number two, once the employee has left, the team member has left, how are you talking about this person? Right? Now, sometimes, managers who are not conscious about this and are not, how do I put it, really bad managers, let's just put it that way. They're just going to badmouth that employee, right? That person did this. They're just going to, we used to say things like they're just going to put them under the bus, right? Like, okay, this project failed because of this person. This, thank God that person left and all of that. But what this manager does not realize, or this leader or the CEO does not realize, that team that you're speaking to, they know that person perhaps even better than you do. Because as a leader, while you were busy in meetings and all these other things, they were with that person, performing and seeing that person in action. And they know how much effort, blood, and sweat this person put into building your team to the success level that you have had. But now this person has exited, and you backbiting this person and saying bad things about this person, although your team members are going to be like, yeah, inside they're registering, you're going to do the same thing to me. He or she's going to do the same thing to me. So I better, all my respect that I've had for you, it's kind of like out that door. Now it's just a transactional relationship, right? So how you talk about that employee that exited also may not impact that employee, but it impacts your current team and your current respect level between your team members. So if you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything, right? It's also a liability for you as well, from an organizational lawsuit perspective, and the lawyers can tell you better about that. But it's just not healthy when it comes to earning respect. So those are two main things I wanted to share with you. I'd love to hear from you. What are some of the challenges you're seeing in your organization when it comes to respect? Respect is so important. When I lived in 4 different continents, and I had the pleasure to work with colleagues across the globe. And when I used to show them respect, the difference it made in our conversation, our works, is just amazing. When I saw the opposite, how others were not able to show that respect. Sometimes employees, as I have worked with different clients, I've spoken to employees in operations in different capacities. They'll tell me things like, Fahim, some of my boss, they have this mindset sometimes that If I exclude certain people when I'm talking in a team setting, if I just exclude them, I can somehow appear as powerful. And they say sometimes they have this mindset that, okay, if I just talk down to certain people, I will appear as powerful in front of other team members. Yeah, in your head, maybe it is. Maybe back in 30 years ago, right? In the future and in the current time, this is not the way to go, right? So respect is so important, because when you show respect, you get respect. It's common sense that's not very common. Like they say, right? Common sense isn't very common these days. So I hope you love that, and I hope you get to share that with someone that maybe is going through a difficult moment in their organization, and it may help them. And if it does, please if feel free to connect them with me. And I am so excited to help leaders and managers or CEOs in different capacities that they're challenged in their organization, trying to retain employees. And feel free to schedule your no-cost, disengaged to dynamic teams breakthrough discovery call with me. And it's a free half an hour call, complimentary. I will deeply listen to what you have, what you're facing, and what's really going on, and I'll give you 2 of my best recommendations. What do you have to lose, right? So connect or message me on LinkedIn, and I'd love to be of any help to your organization or to your team or to you as an individual. Until we speak next time, God willing, my friend, tread softly, speak kindly, and love unconditionally.